morning to all of you. I welcome you all to the social class. Today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter 2 of our civics book. This chapter tells us about the role of government in the Department of Health. Health is wealth, isn't it? We all know what is the present scenario of our nation due to COVID-19. We are really suffering from this pandemic for a long time now. Everything has been locked down and we don't know when it will open. So this is a serious health issue only. This is the problem related to our health only. And government are trying their best to cope up with this problem, to overcome difficulties. Let's hope for the best. But today, in this chapter, we will focus on health only. So let's start our today's session. In a democracy, people expect government to work for their welfare, isn't it? So India is a democratic country. What do we expect? We expect from our government to work for our betterment, for our welfare. We have selected our own representative through the right of vote because we are living in a democratic country, and in a democratic country the government is of the people, for the people and by the people. So from our previous chapter, what we have known? We have known that according to Article 14, everyone is equal in the eyes of law. It provides equality, isn't it? And we have selected our own representative because every individual gets the right of vote when they become 18 years old. You will also get the right of vote when you will be 18 years old, isn't it? So what we expect from our government, that the government should work for our betterment, for our development. And we expect from a government to make a perfect provision of education, health, employment, housing, development of roads, electricity, and so on. These are the basic requirements of every individual living in a democratic form of country. And we also expect this only from our government. And today in this particular chapter, we will focus on health. Okay, what the government has done for us. Okay, what are the health facilities they have provided to us. So we will know about all those things in today's session. Now let's start. This was just an introductory part. Now we will start the chapter with a question. The question is, what is health? So you can see this is a picture I have taken from your book only. In this picture, it is clearly mentioned that health means our ability to remain free of illness and injuries. When we are fit, that means we are healthy, isn't it? Now just look into the picture I have shown on the screen. You might have been thinking that why I have put this picture today. This picture is related to health only. The whole collage is related to health. Some of you might thinking that how the whole collage is related to health, because one woman is carrying water. In another picture, there is a barber and a girl is cutting her hair. And in another picture, there is an ambulance. There are people who are doing exercise. There is also a house, or you can say a basti. And in one picture, you can see doctors doing operations. So each and every picture from this collage is related to health only. For example, if people get clean drinking water or pollution-free environment, then they will be fit. On the other hand, if people don't get proper food, proper nutrition, and proper place to live, then they will be unhealthy. They will fall sick. They will prone to illness. So we should be active. we should live in a clean environment, we should drink clean water, and we all need to be without mental strain. All of these various aspects of our lives are related to our health. Now, look into the picture on the screen. A person is doing jogging, you can say, because this is a form of exercise to be fit. So, health is wealth. Health is an important thing for all of us. Why? Because without health, we can never do the work or anything. So, take care of yourself and your health. Now, we will look into the next topic, which is about healthcare in India. So, healthcare system in India we will know now. So, this is the table which is also in your book. You can just go through it from there also. Now, here we have both positive and negative aspect. First, just look into the positive aspect. Number 1 point. India has the largest number of medical colleges in the world and is among the largest producers of doctors. Approximately 15,000 new doctors qualify every year. So, we are the largest producers of doctor, and we are also having largest number of medical colleges. Now, number 2 positive aspect. Healthcare facilities have grown substantially over the years. Okay, in 1950 there were only 2,717 hospitals. In 1991 it grew to 11,174 hospitals. In 2000 the number again increased to 18,218 hospitals. So we are having more and more hospitals. Now, India also gets a large number of medical tourists. Medical tourists means people from other countries also come here in India for their treatment. Why? Because we are the best in that particular aspect. As we are having more and more hospitals, we are having largest producers of doctors. So, people do come from other countries to India in order to what? Visit doctors in order to get a proper treatment. Now, India is the 4th largest producer of medicines in the world. So, we are also in number 4 in the producer of medicines. And we also export medicines to other countries. Now, this very positive aspect. Now, let's move towards the negative aspect. Number 1, most doctors settles in urban area. So what about the rural areas? What about the village? Because if every doctor, each and every doctor after passing MBBS, he or she will be in urban areas, then who will look the people of rural areas, the villages? What about them? Now, this is one serious issue. After that, about 5 lakhs people die from tuberculosis every year, and this number is unchanged, okay, from independence only. From 1947 only, this number is same only. Every year 5 lakhs people die due to tuberculosis. And also 2 million cases of malaria comes every year. And it is also not decreasing. Number 3, we are not able to provide clean drinking water to all. 21% of all communicable diseases are waterborne, like cholera, diarrhea, worms, hepatitis. These are waterborne diseases. And why we are having this kind of diseases? Because 21%, you can say, of all communicable diseases are waterborne, and we are not having clean water. Half of all children in India don't get proper nutritional food. So they also remain undernourished. This is also one of the problem, poverty problem. Due to poverty also, there are serious health issues. So in order to prevent and treat illness, we require proper health care service, isn't it? We need better health centers, hospitals, laboratories for testing, ambulance service, blood banks that can provide the required care and service that patient need. After that, not only proper hospitals, health centers, blood banks, ambulance service, labs can treat us. What we require? We require health workers, nurse, qualified doctor and other health professionals who can advise, diagnose and treat us. Only hospital can do nothing without workers. So we require workers also, like health workers, nurse, qualified doctors who can treat us whenever we will be sick. We also need medicines to be fit, okay? Also equipment that are necessary for treating patient. After that, India has large number of doctors, clinics and hospitals. We have known this, isn't it? From the positive aspect. In the table I have shown, the largest producer of doctors is India. So we have large number of doctors, clinics and hospitals. The country also has considerable experience and knowledge in running a public healthcare system. Now, what do you mean by public healthcare system? This is a system of hospitals and health centers which was run by the government. Okay, it is not private, it is government. It is not run by any community or a chain of doctors. It is run by government. Okay, so this is public healthcare system. We will know about this in the later part. Now, it has an ability to look after the health of a large section of its population. So public healthcare system is a large hospital because it has large place or section in order to look over hundreds of thousands of villages. Moreover, there has been a phenomenal advantage in medical science whereby many technologies and treatment procedures are available in India. Despite of all these things also, we are lacking behind. How? We have all this positive development, but we are not able to provide proper healthcare facilities to the poorer section of the people. One country has the money, knowledge, people with experience, but can't make the necessary healthcare available to all, because the poorer section of the people or the people living in the rural area, still they suffer a lot. You can just see two pictures which I have shown. These are two government hospitals, scenario of two government hospitals. So look at the crowd, the population in the hospitals. Everyone is here for their treatment. But is they are getting proper treatment? This is a question. And the answer of this question we will know in the next segment. After that, we will know a story of Hakim Sheikh. So, he was a member of the Paschim Banga Khet Mazdoor Samiti. One day, he just fell down of a running train by mistake, and this incident took place in the year 1992. He was in a very critical condition and he visited each and every hospital, government hospital in Kolkata. In this way, he spent 14 hours in that critical condition. But not a single hospital was ready to admit him because they are giving same excuse that they doesn't have space in their hospitals. At last, he was admitted to a private hospital, and for his treatment, he spent a lot of money. He was very angry and upset. And at last, he filed a case against it. So, now what you came to know from this particular story? We came to know that the scenario of government hospitals. After that, in our next segment, we will know about the difference between private and government hospitals. Now let's recap what we have known through this particular session so that it will be more clearer for you all. Now at first we have known that in a democratic form of government, people require, you can say, government to work for their welfare. They make a perfect provision of education, health, employment, housing, roads, electricity. After that, we have seen a picture, this collage. This collage is related to health only because health is wealth. If we will drink clean water, if we will live in a good environment, then we will be fit. But if we will not get proper food, live in unhygienic condition, then we will be sick. We will fall sick or prone to illness. So what we require? We require a proper environment to survive, to be healthy. And we should always do exercise. We should not think too much. We should be away from mental strain. All these aspects are, you can say, part of health. So health is an important thing for all of us because without health we can never do the work or anything. After that, we have known about healthcare in India. We have also seen some positive as well as negative aspect in healthcare facilities. So in order to prevent and treat illness, we need appropriate healthcare facilities, isn't it? We require health centers, hospitals, laboratories for testing, ambulance service, blood banks that can provide the required care and service that patient need. After that, to run such facilities, we need health workers, nurse, qualified doctors, and also in order to treat patients, we require medicines and equipments. Then India has large number of doctors, clinics and hospitals. The country also considerable experience and knowledge in running a public healthcare system. Public healthcare system means this is a system of hospitals and health centers run by the government. It has the ability to look after the health of a large section of its population scattered over hundreds of thousands of villages. Moreover, with all this development in science and technology, we are also lacking behind. We are not able to provide proper healthcare facilities to the poorer section of the people living in our country. We have also known story of Hakim Sheikh, how he had suffered for 14 hours and he had got his treatment after 14 hours. That's all what we have covered in our today's session. So see you Monday. Thank you all.